Hello everyone, and welcome back to All the Mods 10 to the Sky. I realized before recording last episode, I updated the mod pack to whatever the latest is. And listen, listen. There's a massive conspiracy going on. I had like a hiatus, right? We didn't upload for quite a while or whatever. And I come back. I'm like, well, we'll set up Soul Lava. I set up Soul Lava. We had 20 the other episode. Why do we still only have 20? I was like, you know what? The update. And now it actually needs to be over the warden again. That makes sense though. I thought it was a little bit too easy. That makes sense. So the warden, can I just... One warden, please? I would like your finest warden. Make it snappy. Warden. Okay. Summon Possessed Warden. The Possessed Warden will always drop at least 6 Echo Shards and can drop another Aegis. That's probably the play, is to do like a ritual to get the Warden and do all that stuff. Okay. Man, how unfortunate I didn't manage to yoink some more Soul Lava prior to that. Alright. Okay. That's fine. But yeah, last episode, we did set up some stuff. We actually made some pretty good progress. We're all into applied energistics. We've emptied our QIO drives, and then it was brought to my attention that we potentially didn't need to. Allegedly. Oh, I'm holding it. I was like, that doesn't look like the dashboard. Allegedly, we can external storage onto the back of the QIO board. So if we grab... if we grab the storage bus, which I clearly already called something different... Allegedly, we can go here. We can... Are you sure you want to delete this frequency? No, I don't want to do that. I just don't want that to be using that. I just want to... Let's turn that off. Let's do storage bus, and let's do QIO dashboard. Okay, so here's what we're going to try. This guy has these items. Makes sense. Can I yoink a bunch of stuff out of here that we will notice is missing? So all the Modium nuggets. I'm going to take out all the Modium nuggets, and then I'm going to chuck them all into the QIO, and now they show up. Oh! That's pretty cool. So we can actually use QIO. Awesome. All right. Well, cool. Do we still want to? I mean, I guess we do. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to think, is there a reason we... there's something we'll have to think about as to what this means for us. But we also set up a little bit of auto crafting. Just this small little guy. But, you know, he's doing his best. So, what do we need to do? Well, what I'm thinking is... I kind of want to make like a staircase somewhere. I'm tempted to like rip open this and make I know that we've got the place underneath, which makes this a little bit tricky. We could go vertical if we wanted. I don't really know what building blocks we particularly want to use as well. We've obviously got what? Cobble, deep slate, andesite, netherrack. I mean, deep slate can look pretty nice. Is that just the play? We make something out of deep slate? The only downside with that is that it just like, it's very dark. You know what I mean? If we wanted to have like a nice vibe, like a fun, bright vibe. Okay. And then what can we mix that up with? I'd love to mix it up with wood, but then our problem that we run into is the lava that we have over there. I'd have to move it. I don't really know if I want to. But I don't know. Let's get something going. Let's do something like that. Let's come over here. Where do we have that? We have that just behind. Cool. Yeah, that'll be symmetrical. Everyone likes a little bit of symmetry. And then we can do that over here. Awesome. This can be a... Oh, yeah! We can combine all this. How do I want to do this? Let's make this be stone bricks. And then do like this out here. And then there can be like a double door there. We can do stone bricks, and deep slate. What do you reckon? I think that this is something that we have built. This stuff I kind of want to... like, look, realistically I should move this stuff as well, but for whatever reason I'm just not going to. I'm going to just pretend that that's okay. What am I doing? I keep pressing... I keep doing the exact same thing. Back and forth. So basically, I want to expand our auto crafting, but I want to have the space to do it, essentially. So we've got this here. This area over here could be cleaned up quite nice. If I put in a little bit of effort. Ever so slight bit of effort. Okay. They both vanish. Okay. Sure. Yeah, that should be okay. Let's get this part cleaned up. Boom, boom. You're a problem, aren't you? You're a problem, a little guy. Pick you up. Place you down. What's happening? Is stuff actually just eviscerating, or is... stuff's deleting? I think we've had this happen before on, unless I have a backpack? I have a backpack, and I must have pressed X, which turned my magnet on. I was going to start complaining. Sometimes on the server, though, we do have a glitch where it will just start voiding blocks. Like, they just don't drop. I don't know enough about it. Usually, you just have to restart the server. Like, I don't really know how you would even troubleshoot that. I think you'd have to encounter it and then, like, share the logs and stuff. And I don't have that on... I don't have that on hand at the moment. But yeah. Is this fine? I guess that's fine. That can stay there, accessible from the outside. I think that's fine. And there we go. Nice. Look, we do want a little bit of window. I'll clean that stuff up. We'll move that somewhere else. Over here, we definitely want some window back here as well. I guess we can, you know, put a window there. That should be fine. Clean that up. A very basic, you know, setup we've got going on here. Dumble door there, and then maybe a door there as well. Maybe this goes somewhere else. Yeah, maybe. Cool. Now, yeah, I want to do more auto crafting this episode, I think. I want to automate some stuff, some smelting. Look, if there's a world where we can somehow fully automate the sieve as well, that'd be really good. So, I think for this episode, my goal is to automate the sieve to a certain extent. I'm not sure how far we'll get, but that's sort of what I'm thinking. And this guy can go there. Alright, we'll chuck this here. We'll tidy that up. Cool. So that's all fine. And then we've got the lava area. Is there actually lava under this? No, we've got superheating elements. So realistically, this should be pretty easy to move. I would assume. We can just sort of relocate it back over there. Yeah. Okay. Let me just empty a little bit of this polished stuff. Alright, cool. So, what do we want to do? Pow, 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 pow. Pow, pow, pow. Pow, pow, pow. Blum, 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 blum. Cool. Okay. So, currently we're pulling netherrack. So, ideally we do kind of want that to keep being the case, I guess. We'll come over in this area. So, we will do this, this, this. We will disconnect that. Nothing bad should have happened. Cool. Then let's just get this set up, the heating element. Pow, pow, pow. Crucible, crucible, crucible. That's all up and running. And then where do I need to go? So we had a little bit of a buffer, which again, we can just move and we can connect it directly and that should be fine. I do still want the buffer just because I think it is nice to have, like this is pretty big storage. It's bigger than that. Is it? No, that's 600 buckets. That's 256 buckets. Yeah. But you know, still. And it also means that we can have just one. Well, no, I don't know. I don't know what it means, but it works and that's all that matters. Alright, and the other byproduct is that now we can just like, just ignore all of that completely. Yeah. Which means actually I probably could just go back to doing deep slate, or like this doesn't have to be a thing there. This can just keep going. And so I think it goes, I think what we'll do, a lot of this stuff we're just going to leave outside the building. But I'd love to be able to sort of like see this, you know? So if we just do that, we can have a window there. No, we can't. Boom. We get access to all of this, which again, probably needs to be tidied up. I'm going to remove this little cute little shack here. I like it, but it's kind of not helping me at the moment. It's kind of just in the way. Boom. Cool. What is happening here? Is this working? Oh, it's full. Oh, and that. Cool. So, I do like all this. I think what we need is just that there. Bring this around. I don't want the farm inside, so we'll just cut that off there. We can see the farm, I guess. Do we want access to the dirt? Yeah, we do. And we only want access to the dirt. And apparently that's how I'm going to achieve it. Nah. Hold on. Listen, it's not going to be the prettiest base, but it's at least going to have some standards, okay? Oh. Oh, okay, I lied. Alright, cool. That can go there. That goes there. And then, look, I know that doesn't really count, but it does. Perfect, we have the little dirt corridor. Wonderful. And then, I don't actually care about any of that, so we're going to come this way. Don't care about that. We'll clean that up at some point. Let's do that. We'll move the infinite water source. And then here we are. This again, all this stuff realistically we're going to move. Boom. That's right. And then probably like an entrance here, I guess. Boom. This guy will move. Boom. Cool. Pow. Alright, let's empty more of my inventory and see what we can clean up here. So let's just do all that. I do actually need like all the polished stuff back. Alright, and then I think we'll just get some good old-fashioned wooden doors. I need to switch these two. They need to be the opposite. Patterning coating at the bottom, and then terminal at head height. Boom. Beautiful. Everyone loves these. Nice. Wow, we've really stepped out of our comfort zone here, guys. We've really. Oh wow. Look at this. Look at this content creator. He's crazy. All right. I do think that the second we put a floor in here, the vibe change is gonna be unreal. You guys won't know what's happened. I'm gonna place furnace. Look, usually I do furnace like in here just because it's so, I don't know. You know, it just like it just does it. So it doesn't need to have like a giant setup. These furnaces can get insane. So that's sort of what I'm thinking we do again. Now the lava over here is the only thing stopping me from doing a wooden floor at the moment. So I'm thinking I need to move all this stuff. So I might just do that real quick. These doors are going to probably stay permanently open. Buckets. Cool. Okay. Let's give this a go. So lava, lava, and then we've just got water and water. Cool. Water, water, and then we have packed ice, which doesn't drop. That's great. And yeah. And I think we just leave this for now. I don't think it matters. Just as long as there's not loose lava sitting over there, I think we're fine. Let's move this guy up here. And then, honestly, we could probably just put everything away. And then put these in here. Cool. That's what I call a win. Alright, so for the floor, it's because I keep having to pick these up, so everything changes. Do we just do oak floor? I'd rather not. I feel like it's such a We're gonna do it, but I'll get like chipped or something. So we'll get like a carpenter table, which I don't think we've made yet, and if we have, it's fine. They're pretty, so we can have another one somewhere. Cool. Okay, so what floor do we want in this place? Honestly, this is calling me. We're gonna go for it. So, just for example, it's gonna look like this. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we have a few options. Either I dig up all the floor, or we use some exchanging gadgets to make this happen. So I can just right click, which in of itself is fun. Why did that happen? Is it in like, oh my god, look at the example. It's in like checkerboard mode. How much undo can I do? Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh. The humanity. Okay. That's fine. Let's at least finish inside for now. Oh, I didn't want that to happen. No one wanted that to happen. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. And then if we sneak down here, boom, boom, boom. Alright. Mainly just because this area was a little bit messy. We can keep grass under there. I think that's fine. And then over here, we'll probably do bigger. So we'll do connected. We'll up it a bit. And again, we don't have to go too crazy. I just want to be able to speed it up a little bit. Make this look a little nice. There goes the ladder. I think that's fine. Boom. 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 Pow. By doing connected textures... by doing fuzzy, it's actually meant to ignore stuff and just do it regardless, which is a little unfortunate, but that's okay. It's fine. I'm happy with what we've just done. Alright, cool. Let's quickly jump out here. I'm going to... I've got dirt on me. I'm gonna fix all these dirts by going back into one mode. Alright, I think I've done it. I think I've tidied up all of that. So, that is a win. And we now have a nice, pretty house. Over here, I don't believe that we need water anymore. But I am a little scared. Look, we do have enough buckets in there. I'm sure we won't use it all up. And it can always rain again. So, that's okay. But yeah, a very nice house we've built. Blam, blam, and blam, 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 blam. Cool. Okay, so, in terms of cleaning up even more stuff, this guy's full of obsidian. Awesome. Love that. He does not need to be here. He could probably just sit over there for now. Oh. Oh, God. This is fine. Everything is fine. Okay. And now over here, the rest of the stuff. So, lava generator is awesome. I think he's only powering the stuff here, which is also awesome, but I think it all just needs to be tidied up. So let's just start picking things up and cleaning things up. Bam. That can stay there. That should be fine. Let's pick this up, pick that up, pick this up, pick that up. Bam, bam. Okay. So for starters, that is perfectly fine. For follow-up, that is also perfectly fine. Sure. I guess that can go there. Now, the squeezer... I know you guys were telling me stuff about it, but it's fine. We have things to do stuffs now. So everything should be okay. And then, yeah, we'll just set up pipes for all this sort of thing. So, drying basin can be that and this. Have that extract, have that extract. Tell this guy, hey, no rotten flesh. Awesome. That means I can chuck this in here and it will turn it into leather. Cool. Now, all this needs to go into the system. So I will attempt that now. Lots of gold and stuff, which is great. Bloom. And I do actually need one more of that wood that we just put in. Pow. Cool. Okay. Now this is tidied up quite well. So, in terms of automating the sieve and as a result the furnace, there's a few things we need to tackle. One is the storage of all the results. Now, we have a few options for that as per usual. So, this guy's done processing. He's not fully auto, even down here. And how much stuff do we have? So, the answer is a lot. We can keep storing stuff in this chest. And this can sort of be the chest. That's an option. We could have like a second oak netherite chest with a bunch of stack upgrades in it. And that would probably just handle it. We could do drawers. We could also just put stuff in the system. That is also another option. Like into either QIO, but I think QIO would probably be too expensive. I mean, look, you can do 16,000 per thing. So we would just need a few, and then this, as it is, could fill. But again, if we have it running properly, non-stop, we're going to get a lot more than even just this. We could do drawers. Drawers are like bulk storage for a single item, so you'd make a bunch of drawers for each item, and you can have them void, so once they are full, they'll just void the extra stuff. I'm kind of leaning towards just all of it in applied energistics. In like proper storage cells. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking we automate storage cells and go from there. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so first things first, this guy needs to be automated. He's going to use Certus quartz, redstone dust, and logic processors. Awesome. In terms of that, redstone we'll get from the sieve. We can pretend that's fine. Certus quartz, I believe we also get from the sieve, so we can also sort of just pretend that that's fine. We have a decent amount anyway. And then the logic processors we obviously get from these guys. Now, logic processor. Can we upgrade how we get this guy? So currently we use an inscriber. There are extended inscribers. We could make it in a crystal assembler, and I think this could do it for any recipe. Like, I think it can handle them all, which is awesome. We only need one machine. That's sort of what I'm hoping for. So can we make this guy? Lots of scary stuff here, but possibly not. Like 2 logic processors. Crafting, we can do that. Glass cables we've got. Skystone tank, I'm sure that's going to be the easiest thing ever. Yep. And then extended machine frame. This guy looks scary. Copper, quartz, iron, that's easy. And then entro infused ingot is an in-world that you can do. So that's easy as well. Assuming entro dust is easy to get. Entro crystal, which you get from a budding... Oh, no, you don't. You just get it... Oh, no, you do. Wait, hold on. How? Budding entroized flux. Budding entroized flux. And so this guy is with a... Not a crystal fixer, but this. With an entro seed and a flux... Yeah, and a flux block. I just set it back to front. Cool. Okay, so we have our chain of command. Can we make any of this? Ender dust and sand. So we have sandstone. Cool. Do we have ender pearls? We do actually have some. Cool. So I just need sand, which, look, between you and me, we should have infinite sand. And the fact that we don't is nothing short of embarrassing. So how do I want to do this? I want to go down to machines. Boom. And then in the crushing factory, I want to do this. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's so good. All right. And sand, please. Perfecto. All right. Cool. The best part about this is... Oh, it doesn't tell you now. It used to tell you how much that was. Oh, it tells you per block. Cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it makes sense. I was like, this is a lot that we're going to put in the system for like very little repercussions. Boom. Put a bunch of sand in there. All right. So, ender dust. Ender pearl in an inscribe. Yeah, we can do that. Is it the play? Look, it's not the fastest thing, but it kind of just is the easiest. We could get acceleration cards and chuck them in this guy specifically. And that's totally making things faster. Thank you. Put that in. Awesome. All right, Entro Seed. We get 2, which is awesome. Fluix Block. We can make 1. And was that an in-world? Oh. Fluix. Boom. I think so. Hold on. Crystal Assembler. Right-click a Fluix Block in-world with the Entro Seed. Cool. Okay, so we can do that wherever. I'm going to do it here. Ta-da! There it is. All right, so if we wanted this guy to process faster, we have a few options. One is I do have a time and a bottle on me, and I'm pretty sure this works. We'll come back. Yeah, that works. I'm going to bump it up even more. That uses like up an hour of storage. But you can sort of see the results. So we get these clusters that we break. And it does go down, so now it's a hardly entronized. Come on. Gimme cluster. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Cluster. 1 seconds. 0 seconds. Alright, cool. So that's one thing you can do. You can use up your time in a bottle. I would not really recommend it. What's this? The other thing to do are those growth accelerators that we were sort of looking at before. They need a Fluix Block as well, which I clearly just don't have, which is great. Charged, we don't have any. I can make some, and then redstone. Cool. This guy would be good to automate. It's not even that hard to automate. It's just, you've got to think to do it, and then actually do it. That's all right. Oh, you know what? I do actually need a water source so that we can do these in-world transmutation things. So 1 second, water. Cool. And he can go here. Perfect. All right. Pow, pow, pow. Do the thing. Awesome. So then we can make one of these, which is awesome. We can go in here, search for our growth accelerator again. Very nice. What's this? Ring of growth. Interesting. Cool. Now, what I can do is this block behind here will connect it to the network, meaning it will get power, hopefully. Device online. I would think that would work. Maybe I need to rotate it. Now it's online. That's not how it works. It needs to be... It does it to the adjacent. So, here, let me give a better example. So this side connects to the network, the top face, and then these side faces provide the amplification. So what I need to do is have this guy there and then connect him from the bottom. So like so. So now he's online and he's accelerating, which we should see by the fact that this stuff's already growing in front of our eyes without needing to spend an hour worth of saved up storage time. Cool. You know, yeah, I guess that's fine. But yeah, look at how cool that is. Now, obviously, this is draining the budding block as well, but you would do that regardless, so it's not really that big a deal. All right, this guy needs to be turned into dust. You guessed it. In here. And then what else do we need? We need gold and lapis lazuli. That we can do. So I'll take this out. We'll take that out. And then do we just have a bunch of coal sitting around? Coal. Grab that. All right, so you get that. You get that. Bam. Shablam. Thank you, ma'am. Boom. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Perfect. 4 intro infused ingots, which is enough to make this guy, the extended machine frame, which is enough to make the assembler. We just need everything else. Okay, so how's this guy going? He just needs more redstone. Brilliant. Luckily, that is the ingredient we needed, though. I think for most of this. So I need a formation core. Thankfully, we can do that. We need Nothing else. Terminal. Crafting terminal. Perfect. Then skystone, which needs skystone, which needs skystone dust. Cool. Okay. Power. Skystone tank. Crystal assembler. Awesome. And then that's not just the guy, right? What does he do? Oh, he is just the guy. He's the guy. He's the guy, dude. He's the dude guy. Right? I mean, he looks like the dude. So if I want engineering processor, he just needs printed silicon and like this stuff, right? And then we can either do circuit slicer. That's what we probably want. Okay. Cool. This is fine. Hardly interested. Where are we gonna do all this? Over here? I mean, I could. I think. Let's chuck him there for now. Let's go in here and search. Did we automate any form of wool? I know we've got wool, but have we automated it yet? I don't think we have, right? Do we have the ability to? Let's check out the sieve. The sieve might have like flax seeds that I'm sure we can make use of. Or it might not. It also does just have string, which is a mystery, to say the least. But I was hoping it would have flax, which I'm not seeing. Pumpkin, melon, wheat. Flaxless society that we live in. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Look, I think it might be okay because we do have over in the grass, we do have sheep. They do exist. We can probably just use those if we need to. Cool. Oh, and this is now a soda quartz block. Awesome. So now that's cleaned up. I cleaned it. That worked itself out. Cool. Okay. Basically, I wanted to set up like a dense cable. Which needs to be these, which need to be these. Yeah. But as you can see, they're just really expensive. Smart cables, glass cables. Like, I've got 3 there. So, like, what I can do with that is I can have... That's not the block. I can have these dense cables come through here. Like that. So the dense cables carry 32 channels. The smaller cables run less. Really? Run 8. Sorry, I couldn't think while I was trying to escape my prison. Alright. So... that should be fine. And then we'll just come over here. Alrighty. Boom. Alright, so this guy's online now, which is awesome. The floor looks gross, but we can actually fix that. So we can search anchor and make one of these cable anchors. It needs a quartz little knife thingy. You give it some ingots and it makes cable anchors. And then from memory, you surround a block with that and you get these facades. And with the facades, you can just cover stuff up. So I should be able to cover that up as well. And it still stays online. It just visually looks nice and tidy. So we can come over here, and that means we can tidy up all this floor. Ta-da! Alright, so that guy's on. He works. We now just need to figure out if we're going to do this method, the circuit slicer. Now, the circuit slicer needs all these, that, this, and that, which I think we can actually do. It looked scary, but again, I think it's just... I think it just looks scary. I think we can make it happen. This just automates storage. So we're not even automating the sieve today. I mean, we might, but it's not even what we're trying to do right now. Alright. Gold. And lappy. And splop, splop, splat. Perfecto. Cool. So we got 4 of those. That's enough for another one of those thingies. One of these. Awesome. Alright, so one part done. Next is stone cutter. Also done. Next part, 8 engineering processes, which we actually have. Which we actually easily have. And then, yeah, one of each. Calculation, silicon, logic, engineering, concurrent. That's the only one we won't have. And it needs 4 more crystals. 4 crystals, 3 eyes of ender, and a silicon press. So we will need another silicon press as well. Alright. So intro, we're going to have to bump up another Fluix block. Boom. Alright. Get on it. And then we need another silicon press. Because it looks like we're going to use one of those up. I don't know if it actually gets used up, but it looks like it does. So what I can do, we have a few options. One is just to put a block of iron in with the silicon press. And it'll just make a new one. Easy. Alright, so 1, 2... If we had looting, I'm sure this would be even better. Do I need another one? I know we had an intro crystal in there. Yeah, I just need... Oh. Yeah, there we go. I just need 1 more. Perfect. 4. Cool. Did I need 4? For the concurrent, yeah, cool. 3 eyes of ender, silicon press, so eyes of ender, which we have. 3 of those. Cool. And then we just chuck it all in here. So pow, pow, and pow. That now runs. And voila, concurrent press. Awesome. So now I grab silicon press, engineering press, logic press, calculation press, and we chuck them all in here like this. And it processes. And we have the ultimate thingamabob, the circuit slicer. Cool. So, what now, I hear you say? Great question. Here's what we do. We get pattern providers. Boom, boom, boom. So we're going to need a few of these, which means we need at least another annihilation core, which needs another Fluix dust. Oh god, I can't type. Fluix crystal, Fluix dust. Can't wait to automate all this stuff. Automating Fluix, can we do that? Look, we need this guy automated. I'm gonna be real. That's a #1 priority at the moment for me. It hasn't been, but it really needs to be. Pipe. Come on, pipe. Awesome. And crystals. Brilliant again. Okay, so how we want to do this? where I put to do this well. So he just needs power, which means I can place him. If I place him here, place him there, do this, do that, disconnect that, do this, do this. Nope, that's dangerous because it might output items into it. Do this, do that, do this, do that. Search pipe, ground pipe upgrade. Chuck in this, blacklist, soda squats. Open this, chuck this. Ta-da. Fully auto. Awesome. That's what we call a win. Okay, let's try this again. So we do need annihilation core. We need crafting table. Pow. Now we want 2 of these, I imagine. Yep. We need another formation core. Bam, bam. Cool. 2 pattern providers. Splendid. These guys are going to go underneath here. So we're going to break that and place 2 of these. We are now going to grab something else. We're going to grab framed blocks. Framed blocks. We're going to craft a few more. And we're going to craft a stair. We're going to come over here. We're not going to do that. We're going to come over here and place the stairs this way. Chuck in our planks. And now we can access them whilst it not being an inconvenience. How cool. Alright, so can these do anything? Auto export through any extraction side, enable it on the bottom. So we want these to auto-export through the bottom. So they'll input, and then when they're done, they'll just throw them back in, which is awesome. Okay, now we go back to the recipe game. We want to automate logic processes in a crystal assembler, which means we also want to automate printed silicon in a circuit slicer, which means we need to automate a block of silicon in the crafter, which I'll put in the middle, and we need to automate silicon, which is Certus quartz in a furnace, which I'll put on the right. Cool. Then we need to do the same for this guy. We need to say, hey, block of gold in the slicer, which is a block of gold in the thingy thing there. So this guy's our crafter, meaning he needs to craft these things. This guy's our assembler, which means he makes that. This guy's our slicer, which means he gets these recipes. We can actually also put in this recipe in there. And then we just need furnace automated, which is this guy here. Which we don't really have automated yet. Let's pick you up. I mean, we can just place him over here. No real harm done there. And we've already got this stuff on us, so that makes our job slightly easier for making things look nice. You know what? We've got the other one on us. Let's just preemptively... We know what's going to happen. Just do that. Very nice. Okay. And we can put the coal back in for now. We'll fully automate this with magical stuff later, but for now that's fine. Alright, we need another pattern provider, which, I'll be honest, probably can't afford. We need an annihilation core, which needs fluix, which we might be able to do. With a stack of redstone and a stack of quartz thrown into this puddle. Oh my god. It's beautiful. All the quartz you can imagine. All the fluix you can imagine. And we're just gonna do that to stack. Okay. Awesome. Everything is awesome. Annihilation. Splendid. Pattern provider. Splendid. Let's come over here and chuck him down. Awesome. Okay, so this guy can auto output at the bottom. So we'll do that. Awesome. We'll pull from the top, auto output at the bottom. All we need to do is chuck in this recipe, and allegedly, I believe, we can auto craft 1k storage components. Let me attempt to buy 10. I need more Certus quartz, and I need blocks of silicon, which it's just saying missing. I'm guessing that means I put the wrong block of silicon in here. Hold on. So if I press U on silicon and go to where it makes a block, does it cycle? Block of silicon extended AE, block of silicon Oritech. So we'll change it to that one specifically. Now if I click that and type 10, I will destroy life itself. Block of silicon. Alright, let's grab both of these. I think we just need to change something. What I need to do is... That one should be making Oritech, that's fine. Can we just change which one it uses? Can I search silicon block? And we'll just drag in... Which block of silicon? Extended A to replace it. Update that. Alright, everything should be okay now. Bam. And 1k. Yay, so we just need Certus quartz. Alright, Certus quartz, if I know the guy, should be in here. Now he's not, which is fine. We do have a bunch of the dust, which might also be fine. The dust in a reactor chamber can make us crystals. Dust and charged Certus quartz gives you 2. Cool. Okay. So we go up here. La 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 la. We do have some spare dust. Awesome. Let's just get that running. I'd love to automate this aspect now as well. Which I'm sure we can. What's this machine that does it? Because that would be a little bit easier, wouldn't it? This into this. The reaction chamber. It does use water. It reckons it uses a decent amount of power. How annoying to make? Not too annoying. We can like start making it. We just need some more flux dust. Oh, we got more flux dust as well. It's really easy to make. Vibration chamber, done. Matter condenser, just need some glass. Like, yeah, okay. I know a guy for that. His name is him. And he's done. Alright. Matter condenser. I'll grab it just in case it's a achievement or something. And we have a reaction chamber. This guy, I'm just going to chuck there so he's online. And then he does need water. That's, I guess, the only other problem. Not problem, but, you know, problem. That goes there. Fluid pipe. Boom, boom. Cool. I think he needs 16 to process, which is why that didn't work. But it'll work going forward. I swear, guys, I swear. Bam. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm trying to think like what the play is here. I think for now we just keep doing it manually, I guess. Is there a different way to get charged? The reaction chamber will just charge a full stack of crystals as well. Alright, so that's just the play. That thing's insane. It does use over 1 million forge energy. But we're probably just going to pretend that that's fine. There we go. So, that makes a stack of crystals. And if I chuck them in here, unable to extract enough power for full speed progress, check guide for possible solutions. Yeah, so it needs more power. Okay. I mean, like, it's fine, I guess. But yeah, awesome. I'm happy for that. I'm going to chuck in some stacks here, just so that we can use them later. Put the rest away. Okay. So, where does that leave us? That leaves us with, we just need more service quartz so that we can get more storage. We want some big storage cells in here. And then we just... do we process everything? I think we process everything down there in a furnace. And then we bring everything up here later. Let's actually work on upgrading this furnace as well. We have what, 10 minutes? If I aim for an hour episode. Okay. Let's give it a shot. So what do we want? We want the factory augment for the furnace, which is this guy. That makes him use power and gives him extra slots, which will auto sort or auto split. Sorry. He now needs power. Now, there's a few ways we can do that. What we're probably going to do is just a flux point, maybe. Otherwise, there's an energy thing with... It's not with applied energistics, but it is. But it's not. Energy card. What do they call it? Induction card. This guy. Allows device to accept or send energy. Now, he needs a flux accessor, which pulls energy from the network. And he needs an energy acceptor and energy processors, which are made with printed energy circuits, which are charged redstone crystals, which are redstone crystals, which are blocks of redstone, flux crystals, and glowstone dust. Okay. So, in the flux department, we do have flux. Let's grab like 16. In terms of redstone blocks, I now have 16 as well. And in terms of glowstone dust, I too have what we need. So, I'm going to go pow, pow, pow. Let that do its thing. That should go shablamo. How much do we get? Half a stack. Brilliant. I'm going to chuck this in there. And it should charge them. Very nice. Okay. Now, yeah, for this guy, I just need to inscribe it, or we can do a full block. Maybe I'll just do a full block. That seems like it'll actually be easy. Let's search silicon. Get another one of those ordered. I wonder how long that will actually take. I don't really know. But I guess we'll find out. Do we also have notifications turned on? Yeah, notify. Cool. Alright. Cool. 9 of those. Into this. Very nice. Slice it. What's this? Okay, I mean this guy has no power, which is a problem. Bottom should be input and output. I see the problem. All right, hold on. So let's remove this. Let's chuck that in there. Let's bring back coal for just a moment. That's not coal. That's some would say the opposite of coal. It ain't our coal. we live in a coalless society. Coal. Cool. Shablam. Have that happen. Awesome. Cool. Awesome. Okay, awesome. Everything's working. That's now done. Wonderful. Oh, what do they call it? Energy circuits. And redstone. Shablam. Okay. Blum, blum, blum. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So, with that stuff, I hear you say, what we do? Well, what we do, we make this energy acceptor, then we make flux accessor, and then we need to put this into the system somehow. So we actually will need another flux point, which is unfortunate, but it might be close. It won't be our last, but it'll be, you know, close to. So we want it to attach to the network, so we can go here. It's online, and then this can go here and connect to our system, and then we need, I believe, an FE storage cell. Now, it doesn't have to be crazy. It just has to exist. Do they need to be charged? They don't. Can I uncharge a crystal? Oh, that's a bit frustrating. Okay. Let's grab that. Does this recipe make multiple? It does make 2. Okay, that should be fine then. What else do I need? Everyone forgets. Fluix glowstone. And Fluix. Cool. Blum. Blum, blum, blum. Blum. Splingo, splingo. Very nice, very nice. Okay. FE storage. FE storage, so yeah. And then we make a 1K, which is awesome. Then we make the thing. Only I don't have any of the stuff for the thing. We need redstone now. We need hardened insulating resin. Insulating resin. Which is actually apparently just doable. We need water buckets and then we need some silicon. Okay. So let's search silicon real quick. Let's order 100 of that. Then let's search bucket. Let's craft some of those. We have a sink right here. Bloop, 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 bloop. Chuck all them away. Okay. I should be able to do that now. FE storage. This. That. This. That. This. But then, because it doesn't know what to do. Oh, what am I missing? How many do I need? I need 3, don't I? We need a slime bowl? Really? A slime ball. Oh, easy. Easy. I might regret that, but easy. Peasy. Lemon. Squeezy. Okay, 1K FE. Boom. Pow. Brilliant. This now goes in, and it instantly starts getting stored with power. I already have 1,000,000 forge energy stored, which, I'll be honest, should have been enough to power that guy. As you can see, he's drawing stuff from there. Cool. And if we go in here, you can see it's stored at the top. And so yeah, that 1K can store a ridiculous amount. So like, you don't really need to stress too much about getting a high storage thingy thing. So now that it's in the system, we need an induction card. So that's going to need another flux accessor because that makes sense. So energy acceptor, flux accessor, and then a basic card. And we have an induction card. So they're not cheap recipes, but they should be pretty good. So, factory mode again. And then in this guy, the pattern provider, we're going to chuck in the induction card here. That will provide power to the furnace. Oh, that is now fully set up, ready to go. Awesome. Bingo, bango, blingo, blango. Which is very cool. Now, can I make a wireless setup? Again, it's not horrible. It's just bleh. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to think what the play is then. Do I want... Because, I mean, I'm happy with what we've done. I just... If we do actually want to try to just automate the smelting or something of any of this stuff. Oh, you know what? Ooh, it's actually scarily easy. I've just clocked in. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Charged. And this. Can we do... Yeah. Interesting. Okay, hold on. The brain is ticking away. Give it a second. So, I'm going to import everything into the system, so we need to make sure we have storage for it. Then we just automate smelting through that guy. And then that's like half the job done. Okay. Can we try this now? Is that it? Oh, it's going to work. Oh my god. Because we have all that storage in here now. Wow. Okay. And just for clarification again, 16 and 16. Okay, so it is actually just one stack I need to put in there. Okay. Alright. Sure. Okay. This is ridiculous. I should speed it up with those. And then that goes in and it just charges the full stack. That is unhealthy. Okay. Well, in the meantime, all of that can go in there. I can now search 1K and I can order like 100? No. Oh, but not because we don't have... Oh my god. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So, redstone. I require you. Gold. I'm probably just going to smelt you quite horrifically up here. Gold. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. That's crazy. Okay. Redstone. Awesome. Click this. 100. Can we make it? Wow. It says we can. I'm going to let it attempt to do its thing. If we click up here, we can actually watch it happening. So you can see what it's currently making and what's in the queue and how fast it is. So currently it's just crushing all these. I do need to take out, I think, all of that, to be honest. But yeah. It looks like acceleration cards would be a great thing to get as well. They are quite good. We definitely want those, at least on the menu. Pow. Okay. And can I make any? Again, allegedly I can. Can I actually just craft 10? Wow. Okay. Alright, so I can chuck these in here now. This guy's pretty slow. Or at least he was. He's not slow anymore. This guy also was slow once upon a time, but he simply is not anymore. And we now live in a society. Oh, okay. And then again, this guy is even faster now. Look! Okay, now to be fair, that is probably eviscerating power, but it just kind of doesn't matter. Because that is insane. Okay, yeah, so, yeah. Alright, sure. I'm going to leave that in there. I'm going to put the rest of this stuff away. We now have all of this stuff crafting, and the limiter is just how fast this guy is, so arguably, if we can get like 4 more, which iron's now what we're missing. Oh my god. It's like we just hit the turning point. You know what I mean? We've just ascended or something. This is ridiculous. There we go. Look, it'll be done by the time I craft these, but it's still something that you kind of want. You can actually do 5 in this guy, it looks like, so we'll get another one cooked up as well. Brilliant. And we'll chuck that in there. Awesome. So that should be pretty good at what it does now. So, cool. Yeah. We do want to add recipes for everything else. So, for example, I do want this. We do want this. And we do want that. And then I want to do that for the other ones as well. So the calculation press, I think specifically, needs this. So that guy, followed by that guy, followed by this guy. All right, so these two are crafting recipes, and then the rest go over here. So you are assembling recipes, and you are slicing. Alrighty, so I'm going to now check our processes, and we actually have a decent amount of everything except for logic ones, so we'll get a few more logics cooked up. Then we'll search for our 1K, and we'll start upgrading. So I actually want big storage. I don't want lots of little storage. I probably could, but I at least want some decently sized ones. So what are we missing there? Quartz glass. That's pretty easy to get. 26. And I don't even know what do we need now? More calculation. Interesting. 30. 30, please. I mean, like, 4K is, like, that's pretty good as well. Okay. We'll do 16K. And so we've got 8 of these. Is that what it says? That's ridiculous. Okay. I mean, that would fill this up. What I could do is one 64K, which is great. And then we can actually just make some more of these. Yeah, let's make another 64K. And then the rest will be that. Awesome. So let's make these into storage cells now. I want them to be item storage cells because they're going to be storing, they are actually just going to be storing a large bulk of things. So I don't necessarily want them to be disks. We'll chuck this here. Let's get some more quartz glass. Let's get some more. Let's just get the recipe for glass. How does that sound? I think that sounds pretty good. I want you to be sand, believe it or not. That's between you and me. I would prefer you to just be sand that makes glass. There we go. Boom, pow. Pow. Okay, quartz glass. Wait, just glass. Can I get 100, please? Thank you. And 16K. Bam, 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 bam. Alright, awesome. And we got some storage cells. Okay, so we want to do the 64Ks and then the 16Ks in here. That is now a lot of storage. What I then want to do is also get the QIO importer, which we can allegedly, oh, almost. I was going to say make, but it's not too happy with us. It wants another ender pearl. Sieving endstone can give me that. Did we set up any of that somewhere? We've got endstone here, we just don't have it crushed, I guess. So let's just blop, 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 blop. Let's just head on down and crush it. Now, at the sieve, did we set up a crush? We did. Wow. We live in a society. You know what? I think we can K this stuff, right? Yeah, and that's just better. Yeah, I should have done that instead. All right. Cool. That's ridiculous. All right. Shift K. Shift K. Boom, boom, and then boom. That's all crushed endstone, which it should be. But it should just go somewhere. It should go into here. Like that. Awesome. Cool. So that should be getting me ender pearls, which it looks like it is. We're also getting draconic stuff, which is nice. Ender pearls, thank you. We're also getting a bunch of skulk stuff, so if we want to make that warden with that ritual, we could probably do that, you know, in not too long of a time. Okay. What was I making prior to all this? Importer. QIO. Bam. Bam. Shambalam. Okay. So, this is a wee bit sketchy, but we're going to chuck this on top. Set the frequency to me. And I believe it should just start importing. Now, the speed at which it imports import without filter on, is probably not going to be fast at all. It's grabbing the ender pearls first. As you can see, it will not be faster at all. But it will do it. Oh, there are upgrades we can do. Speed upgrades. Cool. Let's go see if we can quickly make some of those. Oh, or if we just have some of those. Maybe. No. But that's okay. Speed upgrades. So these guys are these. And we can make 8, which is usually how much you can put in a machine. So that is brilliant for us. We'll take that. Okay, so currently, as you saw, it can do like a stack at a time. It looks like exactly a stack at a time. Let's now just give it a little bit of friendly upgrades. Okay. It is now doing multiple stacks, as you can see, by multiple rows disappearing. It does look like it's still only pulling 1 stack at a time from the item slot. It's just able to do multiple item slots at once. And possibly a little faster as well. So once we get up to these large ones, it's going to take a while to put all the stuff in, but definitely faster than it was. Alrighty. Well, I'd say borderline mission complete. If anything, I think we just want to bring down our different block generators here. And then maybe divvy up where they all go. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what type of automation we want to do. Do we want to have it? Because what we could do, I think, is set up a round robin where if we have like cobble, endstone, netherrack, deep slate, basalt or whatever, we can have it grab like from each a stack of like 2 times, a stack of 2 times, a stack of 2 times, and then just sift a stack, sift a stack, sift a, you know what I mean? That way we get some of everything non-stop, infinite, infinite, infinite. But yeah, so while that's happening, let's quickly head back up. So the first thing that's filling up is actually going to be the QIO. So this guy here should be what's filling up currently, which is seemingly handling it pretty well, to be honest. We could just make more QIOs and just keep it all there. Is that easily done? Yeah, it's a bit of effort. And we just made all this storage that could easily hold it all. But yeah, cool. I'll tell you what, that is, my friends, mission accomplished. The base is looking a lot nicer now. This automation's great. This guy's blocking our wonderful view of actual sunlight over our beautiful blocks we made. Oh, but in perfect timing, it has it saved us a bit. But yeah, so the sieves are almost automated. We automated the collection of the resources. In terms of smelting all the stuff, I guess we didn't automate that, but I'm pretty happy. We can do that quite easily. Yeah, even if we export from the system now, I think that's still fine. I think what we've done is pretty good. See, oh, it's full now. So now items should be going in here. As much as can fit in the first one, it will do. And then as much as it can fit in here, it'll do. And then we'll move on to the rest. Although... Oh, no, it won't. I need to be exporting from the QIO as well. So I need this exporter to actually run for a bit. And he doesn't have any stack upgrades. He doesn't have any speed upgrades. Speed upgrades. Hold on. I know I had a bookmark, but I saw too late. Structural glass. Boom. Boom. 8. Boom. Okay. Cool. Interesting. Alright, well that's okay. It'll work itself out. Yeah. Look at that. It's doing it. Brilliant. Yeah, so we can pull from both of the systems into a different location to smelt it all if we wanted. We could just stop importing it and smelt it down there for the future if we want. But it's up to us now. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. Hopefully you are enjoying the series. Oh, I actually want to go back up there. We are still hosting a server. I'm playing single player just for lag reasons because the server's in America and I'm in Australia. Yeah, fun times. Hopefully you guys are having fun. Feel free to join it. You just join via the Discord. You don't need to pay or anything, so don't worry about that. But yeah, all the servers are like dead at the moment. So I know that's my fault because I haven't really been uploading, but feel free. I think there was a new stone block server we started up. All the mods 10 normal is still up and running. Obviously we've got this one. Once all the mons comes out, I'll be hosting that and recording for that as well. That'll be a different experience. I've played some of the beta of it, and it's looking pretty fun. There's a lot of mods, obviously, so you can still, set up applied logistics, have a bunch of fun. But then, like, you're making Pokeballs, you know what I mean? Which is pretty cool. But yeah, all right, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you to our donators and our channel members. Thank you to our Tier 3 channel members, Melizzy, Final Phoenix 13, and Space Trooper John. Thank you to everyone else, past, present, future, that has supported the channel, whether it's through donations, memberships, or just from watching the videos and watching the ads and stuff. Thank you guys. And thank you to Watson, Tier 1 member, joined 15 days ago. Thank you. Welcome. Hopefully you enjoy your stay. And hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.